Let us continue playing Dwarf Fortress. Right, I think the time has come now. Actually, time has come now to actually do that, because that should have been done a while ago. I think now we need to really finish up our beekeeping industry. If we go to the item menu here, we can see that the hive has, both hives actually, have 19,000 bees in them. So we need to produce some more hives, and the way we do that, thankfully we can build them out of stone. Oops. Actually, come to that, we do need some more mechanics, because for the last bit of the beekeeping, we do need them. So we'll have our dwarf do that again. What we want to do, though, is we want to build a craft dwarf place, and this will be workshop. Yeah, that'll be the other side where the finished goods are. And it will be made out of... don't particularly want to use the logs. We'll build it out of chalk, which we're running out of, actually. But that's not a problem, because we're now going to... Nope, don't want that. Designations. Because we want to dig out this area now, because this is going to be where we start our furnaces and our metal crafting, as well as all of our smelting stuff. And since we can build, this layer is mostly chalk and therefore will be mostly stone, this is where we'll also keep our economic ores and our blocks and bars, so they're within easy range. Now, what I do want to do... Actually, I need you to finish up first. Put that third one in play. Now we're essentially just waiting for the floodwater to dissipate. It will eventually, given enough time. And then we can move that to being a farm. And unfortunately, yes, they are going to go and continually shift those rocks about. Do 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 do. Rather annoyingly, I've also thought about this. Our craft dwarf is also our mechanic, so that you're not actually going to be doing a lot for a while, are you? Yeah, okay. Going to build out of rock, and we're going to build hives. We're going to build 4 of them, I think. We then need to do... is to build a screw press. This requires 2 mechanisms, so we can't do that yet. But that will allow us to extract honey and royal jelly. Oh, actually, let's come to that. We need jugs. Rock. Jug. So that should produce enough stuff to give us our industry. Right, we have a fair number of beds on the build now, and thankfully we have a little area finished up. Now, so that's our military area and our archery butts. So let's build our beds. This is going to be our main barracks. So we want a bed there. We want another bed there. Want another bed there. In fact, considering this, we'll put beds there and there as well. We then want a door there, another door there, and another door here to the hospital. Okay, now hopefully they'll be placed. And finally we have some beds, which is useful. And thankfully the craft dwarf is doing his thing now. Yeah, that was a bit of an error with doing that, if we're honest. Also, I'm probably going to now get rid of... change the settings here. I don't want this to be a stone stockpile anymore. Or certainly I don't want it to have all of the metal ores. So we can forbid the metal ores, keep the economic ones, allow it to have coins and gems. Coins, gems, and furniture. There's a bit more of a general stockpile now. It might still... yeah, it's still going to take those, isn't it? Or were they just finishing that off? Don't know. Yeah, they're still moving it up there. Alright, so let's change the setting of this again. It's obviously an economic or not a thing there. So let's forbid that. We can always find it later, so we don't need it now. Right. Now that that's getting done, let us put a hive out. Build, Shift H, there's a hatch. Alt H. So this third hive shall go here. Actually, no it won't. It shall go here. I'm trying to keep things away from the entrance if possible, because they will get... I don't know if they'll be really bothered by it, but we don't particularly want them stung if we can avoid it. Also, you're now being an idol. What are you? Ah, you're a miner who's also engraver, mason, soaper. So let's have you actually digging out some areas now. Now we need a large stockpile area here. And probably another one here. Then, if we go... actually, we cut one off there. And there. What we can then do is have a... that's an area for various things. And then I can have the stockpiles behind them. Alright, so that will give the miner things to do. And also we should find plenty of chalk. Right, this is going to also... so basically we want to build furnaces down here. We don't want to put all the furnaces down here though, because obviously our wood's quite close. So what we want to do here is build our initial... where are we? Furnace. We want to build our wood-burning furnace here. And we'll build it out of chalk, because we've got plenty of that now. Right, and our great miner's now back to his job. And our third hive is now in position, so let's go Alt-H. Alt-H. Now I think if we have 6 initially, that should do. This area is not flooding very... it'll take a while, but it will eventually dissipate. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the last hive. But now he's building jugs. Actually, maybe he did finish them all. Yes, he did. So that gives us 6 hives, which should be enough for now. We don't have a dedicated beekeeper, really, because he's mostly our grower, but that should produce various things. Now, that one is saving the colony for the split. This one will also be split, so we have 2 splitters, and the rest will produce things. Oh, did you just extract something from that, or have you... Ah, no, he's gone to get the hive. That's what he's done. And if we look at the items, we now have plenty of bees. And they are chalk jugs, which look like anvils. So we can now do some proper extraction and get plenty of honey. Alright, we now want to put a screw press in. And I don't know how big these are. It's a workshop, isn't it? Build. Workshop, screw press. Alright, it's just a one space. So what I shall do then is put that... Not there. I want to mine out then an entranceway here. And the screw press can go in there, I think. Actually, no, cut that. So a small room which will just have the screw press in once the miner gets finished. How many of those have you got left? 3. Once he's stopped doing that, I think I will return him back to mining duties. If he isn't already, actually. Preference, labour. Yeah, we'll turn mining back on. So he can finish what he's doing, and then he can do things properly. Right. We need masonry for that, and unfortunately masonry's on our other miner. We need more trees, because we're going to rapidly run out of wood if we're not careful. So, start chopping all of those down. Ah! We have created a masterpiece. How many has he created them before? Doesn't seem like it. Now, if I'm right in saying this will be the Dwarf. He is an adequate woodcutter, adept carpenter. Yep, he's doing well. Okay, let's check his thought processes. It's always worth doing this occasionally. He's been quite content lately. She's slept in the dirt recently. Complained of lack of chairs recently. Satisfied at work. She's 52 years old. Tends to avoid crowds, assertive, relaxed. Okay. So let's continue then. So what we want to build once we've got... Actually, yes, we need to build another workshop here. A mason's workshop. And that can go there. And it can be made out of chalk. So we need some furniture now. Chairs, tables, and then we need to set up a meeting point. Let's place some more beds along this wall. So we now have beds for everybody. We also need to build tables so we can make traction benches. And we need armor and weapon stands now, if we're going to make a military base. So let's add training. Actually, we have training axes, but we'll add them anyway. So that's some training stuff. We need an armor stand, and probably don't need 2 of them, actually. I said we probably don't need 2 of them. And a weapon rack. We'll then add a chest, and we probably wanted a cabinet rather than a chest, but chest will do. So we need things to hold things now. Right, our Dwarf is continuing finishing off the jugs, and then he'll probably go back to doing mining. We hope. Do, 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 do. And let's place another bed here. In fact, no. Let's place a bed here. Let's place a door here. We need 2 doors here. Let's then place another door here. And another door here, so we have the food protected. Ah, both miners are back to work. Awesome. Right, now that's been dug out, we want to build workshop screw press to go there. Right, is the mason's place done? No, it isn't. Right, time to shut one of you off. So he's a master digger, and he's an adept digger. Right, labour. Let's turn that off for now. Resume. So now, hopefully he'll go and do... No, he's making that now. Either that or he's gone to eat. Right, if we check this building here, add new task. Create liquid from paste, press honey from honeycomb. We haven't made any honeycombs yet because that takes a while. But we're now set up in case it does. And our mason's workshop is now done. So what you can now do is create some rock tables. 4 of them. We then want to create some rock thrones. You then want some coffers, cabinets. Then we'll have those on repeat for a bit. Because we complained of a lack of tables, we shall make tables. Meanwhile, our other digging dwarf will work his way to mastery. And we have lots of chalk. I mean, lots of it. Right. What we want to build here, then, is our smelter. So, furnace smelting. That side. We then want our workshops. So, we need our metalsmith to be there. Okay, so this is looking quite nicely set up now. Let's go back up. Yeah, let's see. Want a bowyer's workshop. It'll be mostly made out of wood, so that can stay there. And can also be made out of chalk. We don't want to. Haven't seen any jewels, so we don't want to build that yet. And also, the butcher and tanner's place should be quite close to here. So if we dig out. Oops. Designation mine. So if we dig out that and then say that. Because that's still going to be our meeting area in the in this area, meeting area / dining area, which is why we're now building lots of tables. By the way, bed. Armor stand, is that done? Nope. Gonna have to wait on a few things. Which is why we need more wood. Lots of wood. I think we'll also set up to build a few more hives. Another 3 should do. Then what else can we make out of rock? No rock. Might be worth considering. Let's make a couple of pots, actually. They might be useful. Can't make that. Can't make that. That'll do for now. It is now summer. So one season has now passed. Let's check our status. We are running low on meat, fish, and plants. We need this farm to be done soon. And it's not evaporating as fast as I might have hoped. Let's see if we can speed this up. Let's build a channel. Actually, do we want a channel? I don't think we do. So we do the channel the water away, say along here-ish, it would extract it faster. I know I've put it down there, but I'm just working things out for now. So, okay. So let's remove the designation there and there. If we actually build it so it'll go downwards, we might actually be able to make an underground lake or something. So channel there. Yeah, okay, let's see how this goes. I just want to create a sort of underground channel and just take it all underground later. We can always pump it up if we need to make additional farmlands in a later state, and that's a table. We want a table to be placed here. Actually, do we? No, we don't. What am I talking about? We have a table in the middle. Do we have any chair? Nope. Right, so add new task. Make charcoal repeatedly. I think it's time we set this up now. And we'll make a couple of wooden crossbows. In fact, we'll make 4 of them. Not a couple then. Designed, but still needs masonry from our mason, who is determined to just continually make things. Partially because he's ordered to. Let's turn the repeat off then. Can always do things later. Must have made more tables then. He must have. Table. And table. And yay, they're sleeping in beds, so they'll no longer complain about sleeping in the dirt, which is a good thing. And we have a hive built, so let's go and build one of them. So that's 7. Do 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 do. Well, things are going well. We really need to get that sorted, though, actually. So let's replace that with that and that. I'm going to dig a tunnel and extract all of this. So yes, actually, if I set it up so it'll go there, so then that channel will dig down. I can then have a channel continually going down. In fact, actually, if I'm doing it from there, I can do downward stairways. So downward stairway. So upward stairway. Make sure I'm positioned correctly. Downward stairway. Upward stairway. Downward stairway. Upward stairway. Downward stairway. Upward stairway, and a little area. So this is essentially going to be our sort of bathhouse, I guess, if I can sort this out later, actually. And in fact, if I were to put a channel there, this could well be a bathhouse. Might also make it the secret end, because I want to build a tomb, because I never bother with it, and it's always worth it later on, because it stops them getting upset when dwarves die and end up just rotting on the ground. They don't like that. I can't imagine anyone likes that, but... Right, we now have chairs and tables set up, so let's now, before the last thing we do, let's make this a dining room. I want to put a door there first, though. So now dwarves have places to sit. Armor stand can go there. And a weapon... No, where's the weapon stand then? Weapon rack. We need one. Cabinet. Nope. Container. Only got bags at the moment. We don't want those. Okay. Well, now that that's done, let us make this a... Oops. Let us make this then. Don't want to make it a throne room or study. We want it to make it a dining room. There. It will also be a meeting hall. Okay, resume. And if I finish up here, I can then turn this into a barracks. Or bedroom, rather. But it will essentially be a barracks. That area included in it. So it is a barracks. And then this area is essentially going to be a hospital, but I have to arrange it as a zone like that, don't I? So I need containers and things before we do that. In any case, now that we have a meeting area, all of our animals will sort of now be there. Makes sense somehow. Let's see how your thought process are going. Has been quite content lately, slept without a proper room lately, slept in the grass recently, has complained about lack of chairs, satisfied at work, admired a fine table. Ah! Happiness! They like admiring fine things. Which is why we need to have good carpentry everywhere, so we have fine doors and fine beds. Especially now that our carpenter is producing masterpieces. Alright, are either those built? Yes, that is. Unfortunately, until we get the stuff smelted, we can't actually do a lot. However, thankfully, he's now making charcoal repeatedly. So we have... Actually, is that just the finished goods bin with... what's in there? Jug and... We might need more bins than this. Large bin, ammo bin. So where are they putting it all, or aren't they putting it anywhere, and that's the problem? Okay. Right, next time I'm going to clear out that large area to the left and replace it with a stockpile for bars and blocks, as well as metal ores. So once that's done, we begin working on this channel, which is going to be the biggest pain once it actually begins, because this is bound to go wrong. Right, you're back on mining duty, and you should be mining anyway. Right, anyway, until next time then.